Maybe you can hear me now. Sorry, guys. I apologize to that. Once again, I'm here talking about Tua Tagovailoa. So hopefully, if you guys want to join in, that's fine. You guys could join in. If you haven't seen my segment yesterday, we were talking about Tua Tagovailoa. People mocking the guy because he's not an elite quarterback because he hasn't won a playoff game. Apparently a lot of Dolphin fans don't think that he's good enough. So, I'm not going to judge. Not going to judge anybody because that's your opinion. This is my opinion. So, sorry, I just went live. I was going to take time, but anyhow, I was looking at things that to stop the fans' critic on Tua Tagovailoa, which I believe. So, the best way to stop those critics is just Tua win the playoff game, probably win the MVP, probably make no mistakes, probably work something out so fans can stop talking bad about the guy. Uh, Unfortunately, guys, listen, it's sports, it's football. What can I tell you? Respect the individual. We're human. We make mistakes. But the Dolphin fans, I don't know what they want this year. Yeah, our goal is to win a playoff game, and I totally agree with you guys. But we continue to mock this quarterback down and take him down like he's not good, and he won 38 games. So you can't say he's not good. He's a good quarterback. But anyhow, let me get this started. Give me a second. I'm gonna try to get this started here. Hopefully my live chat is on because I don't know if it's on or not. But once again, I apologize if I came late. And I did put something out there, so hopefully you guys could see it. So but yeah, sports fans, we're 2 weeks away from training camp. Just to give you a heads up, 2 weeks from training camp. Hopefully we have a good camp this year. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for support. I appreciate that. So we're 2 weeks away for training camp for the Miami Dolphins. Football almost around the corner. It's going to be a long season, a busy season. Hopefully, you know, best of luck to every team out there. It's a new season. Of course, my topic today was talking about Tua Tagovailoa. Uh, we have to understand one thing, guys. We're human. Once again, we make mistakes. Who are we to judge? We're not hereby to judge. I know we like sports. You got fans and fanatics. And listen, at the end of the day, like I always say, these players go home to a family like me and you. They got full time jobs. I got full time jobs. Thank you so much for all the hearts. I appreciate it. And I just want to keep you informed, man. I know there's a lot of Dolphin fans out there. There's a lot of football fans. You got different football teams. At the end of the day, man, it's remain to stay positive and wish the best for your team. But we're mocking a quarterback that has been so good. Yeah, I mean, and we're supposed to love one another, support one another, help one another. But there's so much hatred, and sports is just an entertainment. And I tell this to everybody, okay? And you're mocking a quarterback Tua Tagovailoa because concussion injuries, things happen in his career. Listen, it happens. They're human. Once again, they're human, like me and you. Once again, I'm not here to judge anybody. I don't judge anybody. We all have our different opinions. I respect the opinion. But at the same time, man, we have to love one another, care for one another. Listen, if you saw my videos yesterday or the day before about what happened in Texas, Unfortunately, it's sad. It hurts because I have kids. I got family. Okay, but once again, I'm a true believer. Don't mock God's word. And sometimes when that happens, things happen. But is it God's fault? No. Listen, we could be anywhere, anytime, and things can happen. That's what I can say. But my job is to pray for the family, lift up those family, not go on national television and criticize and laugh about it and make jokes about it. 'Cause it has happened already. It is so sad. I mean, it's so sad. And I tell people that's not right. That's not the way to do it. Yeah. Um, looking at every team this year, and I see, I guess you're a Chief fan. Listen, I understand. Uh, the Chiefs are not going to be the same team as last year in the Super Bowl. So I'll give you a heads up on that. But I have to wait till our training camp, everything is done, so I could give everybody the accurate information and pass along the best information I can for you guys. I don't want to give something out there that's false. I don't actually do those kind of things. I try to give everybody all the information that I can. And so far, I mean, right now, 2 weeks away from training camp, and I should get more information about what's going to happen to those teams. Who are the players who are playing or not playing. So that's the hard part. Okay, thank you for joining. No problem. I appreciate it. So there's things in sports you have to realize. Injuries, players being cut. Uh, I don't want to go back and forth with well, giving out, like I said, not good information but accurate information about your team. I haven't done my picks. I haven't done my picks yet. I talk about that too. My picks are coming up. So, unfortunately, the topic today was Tua Tagovailoa, and I'm gonna continue that in a few minutes. Uh, the fans' expectation for the Miami Dolphins this year is to win a playoff game. Okay, now there's a lot of Dolphin fans that like to win it all and make it to the Super Bowl. I don't blame nobody to do that. You want to do that, that's fine. You want to go that route, that's fine. But at the same time, I always say this, guys, you have to stay with your team 100%, win, lose, or draw. It's just a football team. Tua has been being mocked since he came into the league. Unfortunately, he has suffered concussion. Unfortunately, he has suffered hip surgery, injury in college. And yes, we drafted him before Herbert. I know there was a discussion, and we hear the discussion between Herbert and him, which I think everybody's tired of listening already. Who's better, who's not? They're human being. They're both athletes. They're both great quarterbacks, just different style. I just tell that to everybody. They're just different style. But we're so good at criticizing. So, yeah, the Yankees are doing pretty well, too. Well, the Yankees, they were doing good, but now they drop out of first place. We have a new first place team. It's the Toronto Blue Jays. Took over for first place. So it's now I think it's Toronto, Tampa, and the Yankees are in third place. But anything could happen. That's what I can say. Football. I mean, baseball is 80 something more games to play, so it's not the end yet. That's a good thing. But yeah, going back to Tua for a second. Listen, this is it. This is where Tua is gonna have to out to perform, stay healthy, and show the fan, what he deserved. Now, yesterday, if you saw my video, I bought a video out there and I show you guys probably 100 list of the elite quarterback that hasn't won a Super Bowl. Unfortunately, that happens. Okay, but they were great quarterbacks, great future, great career, but never made it to the big promised land. So, and that happens a lot in the NFL. So, but anyhow, I know we have fans out there. And this is a wide open chat. I came in early because actually we're having thunderstorm here today. I hope I don't lose power as I'm recording because that happened last time. And I pray to God that everything goes well, and hopefully the time also goes smooth for me today. So, and once again, I want to thank all the subscribers that have subscribed to the channel. I really do. All that have subscribed. Uh, I want to thank you a lot. If you haven't seen my shorts, I do send a lot of inspirational shorts. Inspirational, so people, we don't know the day we're going through. We don't know what's going through, but at the same time, we have to be together and connected and help each other. And that's important, guys. I do this for the fun of it. I love sports. I've been doing this for years now. This is my first year on YouTube, but there's so much thing in the world right now that's more important than sports. But anyhow, that's one of the things that I want to bring up. But once again, man, I hope you guys having a lovely Wednesday. The week is going fast. We almost half of the year already in July. 6 more months, and then we're almost in December, the end of the year for Christmas. We got Thanksgiving coming up. We got you name it, so much. And listen, we got football. I'll be doing live football all the way down to Christmas time. Trust me, probably to the Super Bowl. I'll be live with games. Whatever games you got Monday night, you got Thursday night football, you got Friday night, you got Saturday night football, you got primetime games. So it's a full swing a schedule, and I'm gonna try to do all at the same time, if God permits. God comes first above all things. So, but yeah, it's hopefully that you just enjoy what you do, love what you do, and just have a good moment. That's it. That's what I can tell everybody. That's the encouragement I have everybody. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not good enough. Don't let nobody know that you cannot do it, and you could do it. Because with God, everything is possible, and I believe you could do it. And I did this program, and I came out with a sports night. Actually, the name came out from my son. My son was the one to say, "Hey, what about sports night with Jorge?" I said, "Yeah, but it's sports night sounds for me it's going to be every night." And he said, "Nah, it's not going to be every night, Dad. Just you do it when you can." And basically, I'm doing this as best as I can. So, same to you. Love to your family too. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for coming by. Um, I say one thing, guys and girls. I mean, because I got a lot of subscribers here, man. Supporting one another, helping one another. Like I said earlier, showing love for that person. You just never know, and do your thing. I mean, enjoy what you're doing. Okay, enjoy what you're doing. I uh, I use a lot of names in my podcast to people subscribe to these channels and look at these people, what they do, what the special things they do from themselves to other people. And it's amazing how you could put a smile on somebody's face every day. Even in sports, we have so much disagreement because we have so many fans that, and I'm not saying that you don't have to love the sports, that you're really so much hooked into sports. And sports is, like I said, once again, entertainment, fun. Okay, I love my team. I'm a Dolphin fan. Win, lose, or draw. But there's people that are very into it, and that you have to be careful. I've seen people do things they should not be doing. But once again, I'm not here to judge anybody. It's just that don't take it too serious. That's what I'm trying to say. Sports is to keep us entertained, to keep us fun. Okay, you could go to boxing, wrestling, any type of sports, tennis, basketball, football, you name it. We like it because we're fans and we enjoy our fans and we're so connected to the sports. But at the same time, don't make it serious because I've seen people do things they should not be doing. So, but yeah, I just came from work, straight from work, and said, let me do my video here. But this is my second topic of Tua Tagovailoa. You know, why are we mocking the guy? Because we want the best for him, or we as fans we want him out of Miami. And a lot of fans are not happy. But listen, if you don't have your offensive line to protect Tua, how good does it do? So, okay, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. So I'm trying to to explain is that, you know, we're so much love in sports, right? Because we love it, because it's entertainment. And that keeps up. Actually, when you have a bad day, believe it or not, people do that. People intend to, hey, let me watch a game, let me do something. And then if they lose, even worse because they get into an anger, management because their team lost. And that's one thing I don't want. Thank you so much for the heart. Uh, I don't want you to get so serious. But listen, I've been a Dolphin fan since 1972. I was born in 1966. My dad took me to a Dolphin game, and it was the undefeated Dolphin. And I never forget that Dolphin in the end of the end zone inside the swimming pool. That was my attraction because I don't know what was going on the field until I got acquainted and started learning football. And since then, 6 years old, I've been a football fan of the Miami Dolphins. Win, lose, or draw. Good weather, bad weather, it doesn't matter. But, as a podcaster, sports podcaster, the media where, they intend, and listen, I respect that too. They have the rights. I don't say they have the rights to criticize, but that's what they do to get people in the program and try to get people in, subscribing. And I don't do that. And I'm not judging anybody. Don't get me wrong. I just say that in a good way. Everybody wants to talk about their team, and yeah, you got rights to be angry or mad because your team lost, but it's just a game. At the end of the day, it's just a game. That's all. That's the way I see it. So, but I got some notes there that I wrote down for Tua. Uh, what we expect as a fan. Yes, we want Tua to win the first game. Yes, we want to see Tua, and I see not only see Tua, I see the whole entire team beat good teams, play in tough weather. Okay, football is not a easy game to play, guys. It's not. If you think it is, I'm gonna tell you, no, it's not. It's not easy to play football, international football. I mean, it's not. It's not really not. People think it is, but it's not. I've seen people try it, and listen, they struggle, and they struggle because they know what you have to go through to play in the International Football League. All right, so don't forget to hit the like button when you guys walk into. I mean, I always forget to say that. People say, "Well, George," I say, "Yeah, you can hit the like button. You could, it's okay with me." Some people forget about it. I say, "No, that's fine. Don't worry about it. It happens. We're human. Once again, we're human." So. But yeah, in baseball, for you Oriole fan, the Oriole game tonight was suspended because due to rain. So they're also suspended tonight. So I guess it rained out. Unfortunately, that happens. So once again, that's sports. But I want to thank Thumbelina coming in and Laurie from and the rest who came in earlier to say hi in the chat. I appreciate everything you guys do. I really do. You guys do a hard work. You guys do a marvelous work. You guys are amazing to me, all of you guys. I am very happy, especially what you guys do, man. It's just amazing, and continue doing it. Don't give up. Take it day by day, and that's what I do. Step by step. I don't put no pressure on myself. I do the best I can, what I have, and listen. Like I said, some people might like sports, some people might not like sports, but that's okay. I'm fine with that, you know. And like I said, the weather down here is not in good shape right now. The weather here is pretty nasty. We got thunderstorm, tornado, you name it. It's just the typical weather here in Savannah right now. So I'm just checking the scoreboard on my side here. Right. Let me get this off. I'm sorry. I had to step for a second here and take this here. Be sure I get my scoreboard, get everything done here. Normally I prepare myself before I go, but I'm having problem actually with my streaming side here of the of my but hopefully I'll get that fixed. So let's see how that goes too. But anyhow, let me read a couple of things I was gonna read earlier. Once again, let me get to it for a second. Give me a second, guys. Let me get and girls. Let me get to it right here, quick. I took some notes and I always prepare myself. And sometimes I don't come prepared, but I took some notes down last night and let me see if I could get my stuff here. If I could see. And I wrote down things that why Tua actually get mocked or criticized even by Dolphin fans. I says Tua isn't and cannot arm highlight real quarterback like Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. So here we are. We're going to compare him to Mahomes and Allen. It's not going to happen. He's a different quarterback. He relies heavy on timing, accuracy, quick read, and short and intermediate throws. Some fans interpret that is being carried by play design or Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle instead of making plays himself. All right, so they added these players to Tua. Okay, what does quarterback stands for? Throw the ball, catch it, and run with it. Right? That's his job, right? No, his job is to throw it. Waddle and the other guy, that's their job to catch it and go. So, they criticize him for his concussion. They criticize him because of his injury. Injury is actually is something that you have to understand that at the end of the day, okay, is that it happens. So you're going to get mad as a fan because he gets hurt. He gets hurt because he doesn't slide. Or he gets hurt because, listen, there's things that I understand that a player has to make a decision while they're on the field. Okay? And maybe we want that super throw. Maybe we want that super catch from Tariq and Waddle when he's on the run. And but his accuracy, because he's a good accuracy quarterback, he has a good arm. Okay? But it starts up front. I've been saying it all along. If they don't have an offensive line, what good is it going to do to Tua Tagovailoa? You tell me. Because I asked that myself. I said, how good can that be? If he's pressured all the time, there's no way. There's no way that he's going to be in it. It's no way. It's impossible. And I tell fans, why don't you get a uniform and get yourself on the field and tell me how you feel. If you think Tua is bad, let me see how good you are. And I'm sorry to say that, but we're mocking a guy that has won 38 games for the Miami Dolphins, lost 24, has missed 11 games in his career, probably a little bit more than that. What would have happened if he was healthy? How many more games would he won? Does anybody know that? We just don't know. But I can tell you right now, man, you got to give credit where credit is due. I mean, he has done the best. He has done the best what Miami has given him, which is Greer and McDaniel. Remember this, and I'm going to go back for a little bit. When Tua came into the league, Flo was our coach, right? And I'm going to go a little bit past because I know people don't want to hear this already because it's already passed. Nothing we could do about it. All right? Fitzpatrick, if it wasn't for Fitzpatrick, to tell Flo, hey, it's the kid's time. I'm done here. Let's give him a chance. I remember that picture. He's sitting in the middle of the field by himself. He came in the fourth quarter and did a couple of plays, and that was it. But Flo had no confidence in Tua. Then they bring a coach, McDaniels, from San Francisco. He comes into Miami, and he developed Tua, because you got to give McDaniel his part too. He developed Tua. So McDaniel comes in and probably tells Greer, man, we got a guy that we could do something with him. And Greer said, what do you need? Well, I need good people that surround him. So he goes in the draft, gets Waddle. Okay. Goes and trade, go picks up Tyreek Hill. And here's the issue I got with that. You bring all these receivers or tight ends, whatever you want to call, because he got Jonnu Smith also. But you forgot about the offensive line. You forgot to build the offensive line to protect Tua Tagovailoa. If you would have built the offensive line, we're probably saying something else. But here we are, okay? Here we are criticizing the guy once again. Probably lack of mobility, probably lack of not making the right decisions, making mistakes, throwing interceptions. There's a lot of things that you could mock him. And when people mock the guy, they forget right away the 6 touchdown that he threw against the Ravens. Miami was losing, by 3 scores? Came back and beat the Ravens in Baltimore. Wow. People forget he's the only quarterback, and quote me if I'm wrong, because if I am, I apologize if I'm wrong. Only quarterback that has beaten Bill Belichick. Undefeated. He has never lost to Bill Belichick. Now, what are you going to say with this? Well, George, that's not good enough. Really? Really? How can that be good enough when the guy is being the best? You probably tell Bill Belichick, you want to meet Tua Tagovailoa? He says, no, probably not. I probably want him in my team. I'll trade for him and want him in my team. And they criticize his size, his arm strength. They criticize. You see, this is what we're good at, criticizing. Why? Why? I'm going to go back to college. In the bench, national championship game against Georgia. And I know Georgia fans not going to like what I'm going to say because I have a lot of Georgia fans here. Unfortunately, hey, man, you're coming out of the bench. You're going to play this game and see what you got. And my gosh, he throws the winning touchdown. And he became what? So, Tua's already a champion. In college, not in the pro. But once again, nobody takes consideration to that. They look at it as, oh, okay, that's the pro. It doesn't matter, but he made it right in the draft. He got picked, right? So I'm gonna say something I say also in the other on the other part one of Tua, mocking Tua. You could bring any quarterback here, Herbert, Allen, and I know a lot of you are gonna disagree with me. Allen could do it because he could run. And Allen looks more like a linebacker than a quarterback, to be honest with you. That's a huge guy. And I love him to death because he's good. Allen might become just like Jim Kelly. Have a great elite quarterback, MVP, and not win a Super Bowl. It could happen. My God, Buffalo had Jim Kelly. 4 years in a row going to the Super Bowl and losing it by a field goal. By a missed field goal. And you're still going to say, man, that team is bad. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So, we're talking about the Buffalo Bills, a team with Jim Kelly, former University of Miami quarterback. And he went, 4 times to the Super Bowl and never won it? It happens, guys. They're human. It happens. Always went to the Super Bowl, and he lost Super Bowl. Brady was a good quarterback. Made it to 6 Super Bowls, 7 Super Bowls. elite quarterback. So all the elite quarterback that I named yesterday for you guys, none of them went to the Super Bowl, but they were elite. Dan Marino, it's amazing. Then Jim Kelly's right behind him. So it starts with Dan Marino and Jim Kelly. So, all right, thank you so much. I'll see you later. If you got something going on tonight, I'll watch it, or anything that comes out live, I'll be watching it. Thank you so much. So I just tell everybody that, when you're a fan of a sport, okay, win, lose, or draw, you have to understand everything that goes around the sports. Some people don't understand it. Some people don't, and I'm not saying they don't have the knowledge or they don't understand, because every sport's different. Boxing, soccer, everything is different. Basketball, come on, let's be honest, it's different. Okay, but there's something that you have to understand, that there's a skill. There's a skill, and the skill for every sport is different. And sometimes you do have the skill to play that sport. Sometimes you don't. That's why you got people retired. People jump sports from football to baseball. You got baseball players becoming football players. You got football players becoming baseball players. It changed, they find out where it works the best. Or you got basketball player playing baseball. Look at Jordan went from basketball to baseball. Did not work because he was a good basketball player. Okay, let's look at which I love him a lot. The guy from the Kansas City Royals, Bo Jackson. My God, if it wasn't for the hip injury, let me tell you, Bo Jackson, which for me I think he's a Hall of Famer, regardless. His running and playing outfield for the Royals, man, this guy was hitting plus 30 homers a year. The guy was amazing. I mean, it's amazing what we see in sports, and some players are gifted because they're gifted. They could play 2 sports, they could play 3 sports. But once again, we're so good of mocking all these guys, all these players, because as fans, we're not satisfied because, my God, they haven't won a Super Bowl. Listen, the Dolphins' last Super Bowl, 1983, Dan Marino, and lost it against Joe Montana. Remember that? Okay, his second rookie year, which was his first year, and then and you remember the first game that Dan Marino played was against the Raiders on a Monday night, if I'm quite sure, or Thursday. I know it was a night game. He came out of the bench. He did good. Miami lost against the Raiders, but they saw a future. They saw something coming. They saw something. Say, "Wow, this is the guy." Now, ready? Did they surrounded him with players like we see now in football in this decade? Did Marino have a running game? See, everybody knew already in the field, he's going to throw. You know what saved Dan Marino? His quick release. Dan Marino has a quick release. He was smart. He knows the field. He knows the football field. He studied the football field. He studied the players. Oh, he had his interceptions. I'm not saying he didn't. But he was a heck of a player, a quarterback. And we have to admire all that, guys and girls, because that's who he is. And we could sit here, well, Miami had a bad defense. Yeah, you could say that. If Dan Marino could score 35, 40 points a game, and your defense is giving up 45, 50, or even 35, and you score 28, I'm sorry. That's not Dan Marino's fault. See, I think this is what's going on with the Miami Dolphins right now. The culture change, what can I tell you about the culture change? I'm going to be honest with you. Listen, I'm not saying I'm buying it, not buying it. Once again, I think the culture is this. Either you play for this team or you don't. That's it. Either you play for the Dolphins or you don't. I believe when you have players that's really, really not helping your ball club, that's really hurting your ball club. And listen, I could go back and forth, man. You have so many. The NFL has counseling. The NFL has, PR. The NFL has everything you want to call it, man. They got everything to help a player. It doesn't matter. Okay? But you don't need a negative person in your ball club. yeah, you could help that person. You could, try to say, hey, man, listen, it's going to be okay. Uh, let's be honest. Nobody likes to lose. We all want to win. But you see, for me, it's not only the winning, it's the effort that you're giving it. I don't care if you win, lose, or draw, but it's the effort of the individual. The hard work. You know, my kid plays sport, and my son used to tell me this when he played baseball. And he was a good hitter. He was a good switch hitter, by the way. And look, he changed from baseball and he didn't play the sports anymore. But when he get home after a game and they got beaten, he said, Dad, watch this. Very important. It is so hard to win, but also it's so hard to lose. Just think for that for a second. Imagine hard to win and hard to lose. We watched this in baseball. I saw it last night with the Orioles, by the way. The Orioles up 6-2 to the Mets. They hit a couple 2-run homers in the eighth. They goes to extra inning and they lose 7-6. So, as a fan, you say, "My God, they led 6-2 going to the eighth. They needed one more in the ninth inning, two more innings. If they can hold on to a 4-run lead, well, guys, anything can happen. Anything can happen in sports. That's all I can say. Anything can happen in sports. We just don't know. We just don't know. And we get surprised. We do. We get surprised. And that's sports. That's everywhere. Okay? And one thing coach used to tell me years ago is you can't be too comfortable when you have a lead. You cannot sit around and say, man, this is okay. And you can never judge the other team. They're not good enough. Well, Joe Guerrero you should say it and still say it. And I know he passed away. It ain't over till it's over. To what what's it called? The fat lady sings. Football, the same thing. It ain't over. You could be up by 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns. I've seen teams that come back and beat you. So that's why, being judgmental and judging, it's not good at all, guys. It's not good at all. You want to stay positive. You want to help your team. You want to be a team player. And that's important. That's very important. You want to be that type of person that you say, hey, man, I'm here to help my teammate. And that's the way it should be, to be honest with you. That's the way it should be. There's no other way. So, but I always say that, you got to stay positive. And you watch a football game, a baseball game, and you ask yourself a question. So, hey, hello, Carlos. How are you doing? Thank you for joining in. And listen, it's not how much you know about sports. It's not about who's good or bad. It's not about winning, losing. It's all about you. How you take things. How you see things. How you perceive things. It's about us. Yes, we're fans. Yes, we have the right to get mad. Yes, you have the right to get upset. But that's not going to stop you from living. You're going to keep continuing. And that's what I'm trying to say, guys and girls. Okay? I love my Dolphins. I wish them the best this year. I'm going to say something. I see something good happening for the Miami Dolphins. I really do. And listen, I listen to a lot of sports podcaster out there, which they do a tremendous job. And I'm not afraid to name them on my podcast. And, you got Doug, TD Finn, Finn's Insider. You got so many good, great people out there, great insights, great information. Uh, Actually, I'll be honest with you, I'm not afraid to say it. They have more knowledge than I do. And I don't say this in a bad way. I'm not here to compete. Uh, you know, you got Ace Pro Head. He's also good. Chris, amazing guy. I like when somebody speak of their mind, and they know they could be wrong when they're speaking. I know they could be, but they're actually expressing themselves, how they feel, because these are true Dolphin fans. Okay, not fanatics. They're Dolphin fans. They, some has gone through the Don Shula era. Some has gone through the Jimmy Johnson era. Some has gone through the Dave Wannstedt era. Listen, if I can name you every coach that coached this team, every quarterback that has quarterback for this team, and you see the changes, you'll be surprised. And what are we doing? Everybody is actually talking bad about the Miami Dolphins right now. And it's so sad. Players out there coming out talking bad about the Dolphins. And when I mean players, former fathers that have heard things about the Dolphins, and they're mocking the Dolphins. Not only Tua, but they're doing the Dolphins too. How bad Greer is, how bad McDaniel is. Players don't want to play there no more. What happened to the Dolphins? Does anybody know? I said it last week. And too. I said it back-to-back weeks, by the way. We know everything about the outside of the Dolphins. We just don't know the inside. We don't know what's going inside the Miami Dolphins right now. We have no idea. And I try to tell people, listen, try to don't let things bother you. Try to walk away from all the negative stuff that you see or that you hear. Don't feed yourself with that. And I always say that. Don't feed yourself with that. Some people like doing that. Listen, I don't. And I'm not judging anybody, so. But yeah, see, that is my title. But of course, it's part 2. Stop mocking Tua Tagovailoa. Why him? Is he the only man playing in that team? There's a 53-man roster. Okay? Look at his career. Look at his completion percentage in 2024. And he only played, 11 games? 6-5? Before he got injured? 72, and still threw for 2867. 19 TDs, 7 interceptions. I mean, 64 games. It's just amazing. I mean, his career is amazing. Of course, his best years when he threw for the 4,000. He led the NFL. Yeah, 29 TDs and 14 interceptions. But look at his rating, man. From 22 all the way to 24. And he didn't play the whole season. 105, 101, 101. That's amazing, guys. That is amazing. And we still hear saying that the guy, it's not good enough. Why is not good enough? Because of the fans. Come on. Things like that, man, it doesn't work that way, guys. It doesn't work that way. Tua is a great, great quarterback. Great human being. He deserved more than this, guys. If you have to criticize the Dolphins, you might as well criticize the whole team. That's why you carry a 53-man roster, right? So, you go to the field, 11 on defense, 11 on offense. Let's be honest. We have to be careful what we actually say. Yes, we have the rights because you have your opinion, I have mine. Respect. But listen, guys, at the end of the day, I'll say it again. They go home just like you and me with their families. I guarantee you, you at work, somebody says, man, what kind of bad work you did today? You wasn't good today. You see, I don't do that, guys. I try to stay positive, and I really do. People have their days, good days and bad days. But sometimes you have to understand they're human just like me and you. And they're entitled to make a mistake. What do? You help them. You correct it. Not screaming or yelling at them. See, I feel McDaniel lost that team last year. Probably in the middle of the season, I could say that. When Tua got hurt, and then finally at the end of the season, they decided to shut him down because of the hip. Of course, they didn't give the fan too much details. Just doctor wanted him to rest. You know, a body of a human being could take so much beating. Remember, football is physical. See, I say this again. I tell Pittsburgh, I hope you have a great offensive line to protect Rodgers. And listen, I understand the love of the game. Listen, I'm not going to take that away from anybody either. You love the game. You have a passion. You want to win. And I hope Tua don't feel the pressure of the fans, especially the Dolphin fans, that if he doesn't bring them a playoff win, this is it. I mean, look at our draft this year, our draft choice. Not bad. Not bad at all. Give him credit. But sometimes, guys, you got to be honest with yourself, you know. And the past, 2 years, 3 years, we've been saying, build the offensive line. Listen, Teron Armstead retired. Okay, that's fine. But that's the only good player you had up front to protect Tua. Now you got Brewer. Now you got Patrick, which I think Patrick would do a better. Will have a better year this year. Okay, the guy from Texas. Then you got the guy from the Hawaiian guy. They haven't signed yet. Their second round pick. Sayonara, I forgot his name is. I always forget his name, but then you sign him. He's eager to play. He's hungry to play, but he hasn't played a snap in this National Football League. You know, up front, the defense are getting big, and so is the offensive line getting big. Look at the Eagles. Look at the Chiefs. I said it yesterday too. Put Tua Tagovailoa with those offensive linemen. Tell me how many games you'll win. And we could be here talking about it every single night about it. It's amazing when they win, we don't say nothing. The moment they lose, we're good at criticizing. And I like how we say things because, I watch football games. Man, he should have gone to the left. He should have gone to the right. He should have gone to the middle. See, we don't make those decisions because we're not in the field. As a fan, that's what we look from the stands or what we look from TV, whatever you're watching the game from. This is where I think McDaniel has to execute this year. You know, Teron said it at best. We beat ourselves by not doing the little things right. The things that matter the most. You try to avoid turnovers. You try to eliminate as much mistake as you can. And those are the things that probably really hurt the Dolphins last year. And then, of course, the one I always say, the distraction. Just look at my bucket list, man. You look at my bucket list, and you might agree or disagree with it, but that's how I feel with the Miami Dolphins. And one thing I'm going to say for real, and I leave this to a lot of fans. If you don't like where you're playing, why are you playing for that team? If you're not happy that you came because you got the big bucks, or that you came because you really love the sports. And that's one thing I tell my fans a lot. Honesty is the best, beautiful thing in the world, man. Be honest, be truthful, say the truth, don't lie. You know, you come to a city with the passion of the fans. Imagine New York, because we know how the fans are down there. Let's be honest. The Jets, the Giants, man, if they don't like you, they want you out, and they let you know. The fan in Miami is not as bad as you think it is. But what's the issue between the Jets and the Dolphins? Man, we want to win now. We're tired of losing. Now you look at the owners, the GM, the owners. Is it really good enough? Did I put the best product or good enough on the field to win it in 2025? Did that? You know, we as fans, we fill the stadium up because we hear the Ramsey name, the Tyreek Hill name, the Waddle names. See, we don't hear nobody else name. You see, once again, you got a roster of 53 men out there. Anybody can come from the bench and take over and do a better job than you do. And then the questions asked is, man, why did he took my job? Why I don't have this job anymore? Well, according to what they look at, you wasn't good enough. And that's one of the things that you have to understand in sports, man. Football is not an easy game to play, guys. It takes a lot of concentration, a lot of skills. You know, I could be here all night talking about it. You know, if you haven't played the sports yet. And that's basic in every sports, like I said earlier. Okay? The skill, the knowledge, the training, the physical, the nutrition, everything comes in play. Everything. The weight room, the video room to watch videos, the matchups. Just ask yourself a question on that. We think that just because Tariq Hill is the fastest guy in the field, he cannot be caught. He could be caught. We assume he cannot be caught. This is where when people, okay, let's I'm gonna go to an example right now so you guys know this, and I know a lot of Dolphins know this. The moment they took Tyreek Hill and Waddle out of the game for Tua, what was Tua's next weapon? Jonnu Smith. Somebody got to be left open. Okay? Now, back then we had Braxton Berrier because he was making good catches on third down a couple years ago before he got let go. Our punt returner and kickoff returner. So, the moment you take somebody's best weapon, okay, now you have to, like I said, you have to come with something different. And that's what the Dolphins had to do. That's what McDaniel had to do. But McDaniel had no idea whatsoever. But once again, man, I can say this, man. This is the issue that's going on right now with the Miami Dolphins in general. People are talking bad about them. People don't like them anymore. Fans are upset and angry. But anyhow, give me a second, and I'll be right back. Give me a second, and let me get this phone call. And I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but I'll be back real soon. All right, I'm sorry about that, guys. I was doing a couple of things inside the house. Um, I'm actually doing my laundry and everything, getting ready for a workout tomorrow. So, but yeah, those that have not subscribed to the channel, guys, listen, I do a lot of shorts videos out there. Once again, I get my shorts videos just to inspire people, try to stay positive, regardless. This is, like I said, sports, and I'm talking about sports. But listen, I want to thank you once again, those that have subscribed to my channel. Unfortunately, I do respond to a lot of people back. I try to get back to a lot of people. I try to support all my cast. It's not easy. Do I do watch their video entirely? Believe it or not. If I go to lunch or at break time, whatever I do to help anybody, I do it. And this is what we're here for: support one another. I've been saying this all along. So those that know me already, that's who I am. I'm not worried about. Everybody says, "Well, George, you're almost at the wash hours." It's a lot of work, guys. It's a lot of work. YouTube, if you know this, they announced it July 15th. They're making another changes, so you got to keep your eye on that too. And I try to keep it at their rules, at their policy. I'm not changing anything Georgia way. So just to give you a heads up, if those creators did not watching, but they are changing things in July 15th, you got to be aware and understand what they're going to do in July 15th. So, but that's one of the heads up just to tell you guys. But listen, if you really like the program or like the podcast, the sports podcast, man, be sure you come in, hit the like button. It's important that you put your comments below. I tell everybody, sometimes people forget to put the comment, and I appreciate those that really respond. They respond pretty well, and I love that that's happening. Around sports right now. Like I say, it's about to get better, guys. Trust me, it's about to get better because football. Like I said, 2 weeks now away from training camp. Then we have the preseason, and then we got the regular season. Then we got Monday night football. We got Thursday night football. We got Friday night football. I know the first Thursday night is going to be, I think, Philadelphia and Dallas, and then Kansas City will play Friday night, and then a full swing will be on Sunday. I mean, full swing of football. So, and listen, I know I have a lot of fans out there, man. I really do. You got to be sure you leave your notification bell on. Normally, I don't know what's wrong with my side of my streaming. Normally, I put the time and date, and I'm having problem connecting to YouTube sometimes, and sometimes this is why I appear just live, just like that. And yes, it would be nice if you let somebody know and notify, but I don't know what's going on my side. But I'll be working on that. Like I said, I got so much things to work about. I did promise you about the Dolphin secondary. I did promise you about uh, my prediction, all that, and that's coming soon. Listen, if I say right now, what do the Miami Dolphins need? They'll probably need a cornerback, not a quarterback, a cornerback. Uh, on the defensive side, I think they're great on the defensive side. I don't see no problem when it comes to edge linebacker. The only issue I have with the Miami Dolphins, let's be honest, man, it's just the injuries. That's it. Stay healthy. You stay healthy, you're good to go. Okay, on that side, you got Chops, you got Chubbs, you got Phillip. All right, we got to sign Zach Sealer. Okay, you got Kenneth, the guy from Michigan State. Now we got Mika Fitzpatrick. You know, if you put pressure up front, guys, I'm not worried about it. You put pressure up front. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care who's cornerback or safety. If you put pressure up front, it's gonna be intercepted. I don't care. It's gonna be intercepted or you're gonna get sacked. That's it. This is how strong the Miami Dolphins are in the defensive side. On the other side, when it comes to the offense, yes, protection. Okay, maybe another guard, maybe another left tackle, right tackle. I don't know. I mean, if Patrick Paul, okay, even though they criticize him because he was used in different sides of the ball when it comes to offensive line, right guard, left guard, offensive, you call it. If they could keep him where he is specialized with, and Miami could work around what they have and get, of course, the biggest blow, and it's not, I won't say blow, is Tehran, who retired. But at the same time, guys, this is where a player needs to step up for the Miami Dolphins. This is where we need to have the change for the Miami Dolphins. And this is what I tell everybody. This is where Miami needs to really show the fans we are capable of beating any team in any type of weather with the offensive line that we have. Maybe that's one of the weakness right now entering the 2025 season. Is it bad? Like a couple years ago, I don't think it's that bad at all, guys. I don't think it's that bad at all. I think McDaniel needs to work. Okay? I think listen, let's be honest. McDaniels will not be doing the play calling this year. We finally got an offensive coordinator. I have to talk about the tight end we picked, Warren, the guy that retired, former Giants. Listen, if healthy, that guy had 2 back-to-back years over 1,000 yards receiving as a tight end. Now, we know the circumstances when it comes to tight end with McDaniels. Now you ask me, well, how did Jonnu Smith got all those yards and actually broke records with the Dolphins in tight end? Because Tyreek was covered, because Waddle was covered, and then Waddle got injured, and then Tyreek finally got injured with the wrist, and and then at the end of the season, the man gave up on his team, and let's be honest, he did. Sat down on the bench and say, hey, but see, these are the things that I think in 2025, this is the discipline that McDaniels is going to have to use, or he might not have a job. And let me tell you, McDaniels a young coach. He's a very young coach. And it's amazing how we are as fans and we start, man, we got the best coach. Man, we got a good coach. Now we got Tua trained. And then suddenly when they start losing, the guy's terrible. He's a junk. See, I can't say that, man. Because he made Tua who Tua is right now. If Tua would have stayed with Flo, Tua would not be the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. I'm going to tell you right now, he would not be the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. He'd probably be gone. But they had to make a change. Now, let's get to the base of the franchise. Ready? How many coaches we already have since Don Shula? How many quarterbacks have we had since Dan Marino? Just think about it. How many coaches, how many quarterbacks? It is amazing, guys, when you look at that stats. And I can name every quarterback of the Dolphins if you want, but just think about it. Because you had Greasy, then you had, Woodley, and then you have Dan Marino. So, from Dan Marino on, look how many quarterbacks the Dolphins has had in their football team. Culpepper, Jay Fiedler. My gosh. What's the guy name? That's Chad Pennington. Chad Henning. I'm trying to remember right now because off my head, but I know I can tell you it's so many of them. And we got Tua and we criticized. From Dan Marino and Tua, that's the best we ever had. Was it Chad Lemon one of them? Well, Lemon, some of that, he was one of them. I'll bring next time that to my podcast. How many coaches had coached the Dolphins and how many? Well, coaches, I could name you a lot. But, my God, quarterbacks, guys. And here we are still mocking Tua Tagovailoa. And we had quarterbacks that have played championship games, that have played playoff games, that have experience, that have played, And still we're here criticizing Tua Tagovailoa, mocking him all the way. God, I was talking to the one of my guys today at work, and we were talking about Ryan Tannehill. That's another one. Wow. The list goes on and on, guys. I'm surprised Tua has last 5 years. I'm really surprised. Does anybody know what's the quarterback that lasts the longest besides Tua and Dan Marino in the ball club? I'll leave that open for you guys on the chat, or leave it open for you guys on the comment. Does anybody know what is the longest quarterback that has played with Miami since Tua Tagovailoa has been here 5 years and Dan Marino? Who is the longest? Now, I'm not going about Greasy either. I'm just going to go from the Tua era, from Dan Marino era all the way down. What is the longest quarterback that has played for the Dolphins? And how many years? And you'll be surprised when you get that number. It'll make you think, guys. It'll make you think. You know. Now, once again, there'll be a part 3 on Tua, mocking Tua. Maybe it's going to be ending this whole the rest of the week. I got more details to talk about. There's things that I wrote down that I have to talk to you guys about, and we know that part of his career is the injury. I'm not worried about his accuracy. I'm not worried about his quick release because he could throw the ball. How fast he releases the ball in seconds to Waddle and Tyreek. The only thing is, build him a brick wall in front of him. See what happens. You build him a brick wall in front of him, I think it's lights out. So, but check out my shorts. Please check out my shorts out there. I do that once in a while when I get a chance. I pre-record all those stuff. Once again, man, it's to help people, man. We just don't know how people days are going nowadays. You know, we just try to stay positive. Pray for those individuals, especially pray for those people in Texas, from first responder to everybody down there. It's not an easy task. It's not. I see that it just breaks my heart. You know, we've got to continue to support to each other, continue loving each other, no matter what circumstances or what's going on around this world. See, I don't let the enemy take my joy away, and you should not let the enemy take yours either. I'm going to say this, and I hope people don't get this the wrong way. You are the child of God, and He protects you every day. He loves you every day. You know, even though people come out with me and says, "Well, George, you know, you believe in something that you don't see." I don't get involved in that, guys. I respect everybody's opinion. I don't tell nobody to do what not to do. But one thing I could tell you, I love helping people. I love encouraging people. You know, my mom used to tell me this: don't do bad to anybody, because you don't want nobody to do something bad to you. Do the right thing, George. And that's what I want to do. I want to do the right thing. From my subscribers, to my friends, to my co-workers, to people in this world. We do so much damage that we just don't know. We just don't know. Because we're human. We're human. You just don't know when you extend that hand to that person. The biggest thing for me when I'm at work, believe it or not, is see someone smile. And when I don't see him smile or she smile, I find a way to do so. It's like in football. We know what's going out the door, but we don't know what's happening inside the door, inside the room, in the football office. In the football field, we see everything. We see how they play, how they do things. It's not easy, guys. It's not easy. Love one another. Enjoy every moment. Your kids, your family. You just don't know, man. A building is replaceable. A family member is not. Don't know why I say this, but I love you guys regardless. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You're going to have good people, bad people out there, but that's okay. See, I don't judge anybody. Both ways, I love them the same way. You just don't know. You just don't know the burden that people carry on them. That's why I make these short videos that I send out there. And I don't send it because I want to get subscribers. I don't send it because I want to get likes. I don't send it because I want to get watch hours. I send it because people need to hear what they need to hear to help them out, because you don't know what kind of day they're having. I'm being sincere with you guys. Very sincere with you guys. We do podcasts and sports. We do a lot of beautiful things in social media and all that. Sometimes we don't understand. Sometimes we're hurting other people's, and you don't see it. And we don't know it because you know what? We're not the kind of person. Life is a choice. You have a choice. But it's up to you. And I know it's hard. It's not easy. I've seen a lot of friends come and go. Because I use this word, who are we to judge? We're not. We can't judge nobody. You know that saying, you can lead the horse to the water, but don't force it to drink it. And that is so true. But the best I could do is see you with a happy face and a smile. And when I see somebody the next day or the same day, man, it was happy to see you. I was happy to hear from you. These are the things we have to understand in life. And I know this is a sports show, and I know a lot of people say, wow, how? Because I've seen friends come and go. I have lost a lot of friends, but I also gained a lot of friends. But my job is try to stay positive all the way across. One thing I say, keep praying for Texas. Prayer helps a lot. If you've never been into a battlefield in your whole life, okay? Because that's what we do every day. We are in the battle every day. And our beautiful battle is to stay positive, to continue to stay positive, to avoid any kind of negativity around you. Listen, they're human. They're human. They're entitled to make mistakes because I make them. But one thing's for sure, my love to you will always be there, regardless whether you like me, don't like me. And we could disagree with football. That's fine. We could disagree in sports. That's fine. But one thing we cannot disagree is the love that I have for my people. That's every kind of people in this world. Doesn't matter. I tell my co-worker, man, I love you guys, man. You guys have a nice day when I leave my work. And I always tell them, stay encouraged. Stay positive. Don't let nothing come to you and try to beat you down and try to take away your joy. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. See, somebody told me this the other day, and this is funny. This is a true story, too. Why don't you change sports and do the other stuff that you were doing earlier? I said, because my passion is sports. The other stuff that I do earlier, I do it for the guy up there, man. Okay. Um, I don't need a plaque or award for what I'm doing. I always say that the honor and glory goes to Jesus, and it doesn't go to me. So, but I say it that way, and that's all due respect. I don't disagree with anybody or disrespect anybody's religion or any kind of stuff. I don't do that. That's not my, that's not me. That's how I feel. But anyhow, I want to thank those that have subscribed to the channel one more time. Those that join in, um, been here for almost hour and 30 minutes. Unfortunately, you have to stay positive. Enjoy your day. It's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. Weekend's almost around the corner. I'm working on something that I'm hoping that I could use down the road to help this podcast and do as much as I can to get more more information, get more sports involved. Because when football starts, man, it's gonna take off, guys. I've seen it take off before. And listen, we need to stop mocking Tua. Really do, guys. He's a great man. He is a man of God. Great guy, off the field. So, but anyhow, thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. Once again, God bless you all. Love you guys, and see you guys soon. And don't forget, Sports Night with Jorge. And also, fins up.